So I had an interesting day yesterday. Had that rental go out. They experienced a flat tire. I made another video about that. Had the one tire replaced by a discount tire while my customer took the trailer. So they had the other original tires and the spare tire, which honestly needed to be replaced. So I was a little bit worried about that, but it ended up surviving. So I'm on my way to Discount Tire to get the other Goodyear Endurance tires put on that I purchased. There's 3 other ones. They're going to take the tires that are currently on the trailer because they said that aside from one blowing out, it looked like it was in pretty good shape. So they said I could take the original tires and keep them aside and use those for spare tires as opposed to buying 5 Goodyear Endurances. So we'll see how that goes. I did purchase certificates for them. They're also 10-ply Goodyear Endurances, and I know a lot of people recommend like 14-ply or higher. So I didn't really think about that on the spot. I'm a little bit disappointed, but I guess this will be a good test to see, how the 10-ply Goodyear Endurances hold up. And thankfully, I did get certificates. But anyway, what I really wanted to talk about is, unfortunately, the trailer came back not with damage on the trailer, but I did experience some damage with the winch remote. I got back and opened the lid and noticed the lid was pretty hard to turn, hard to lift up. And when I did, I saw that this was the culprit. The winch remote was kind of stuck between the back of the storage box and the battery, and it looks like, I'm guessing here, I'm not accusing the renter of this, but it looks like maybe they didn't realize that, or they did and they forgot, and they like jammed the lid down because it looked like the lid crushed this between the battery. So I would not normally care because it looks like just, hey, superficial damage, but unfortunately underneath this crease here, I can't do it because I'm holding my phone, it is actually completely cracked all the way through here under this rubber protective casing, and you can kind of see separated, and this is bent. So unfortunately the winch remote, the wired cable will not fit. But the winch does still work, but that is actually not the, I'm looking at it from a renter's perspective. I would not feel comfortable sending this with a customer because I don't know if it's going to break on them when they need the winch, and without being able to use the wired connection, it's going to be unreliable. So unfortunately, I did reach out to the gentleman and let him know, and he said that at the moment he can't afford it. So I'm trying to give him some grace. He said a few days, and he would be able to in a few days. So I'm going to wait a few days and try again and see how it goes from there. This is the first time I'm dealing with that. So if you're an expert, let me know how you would deal with it. Also, he lost one of my strap bags, so that was missing too. But he did actually message me about that after he dropped it off. So I think that's a trade-off for doing these contactless pickups and drop-offs. I'd love to hear what other people do as far as their processes. I was not here when the trailer was dropped off. I do have cameras, so I could see him pull up and see him disconnect, and that part was totally fine. There wasn't anything sketchy about that. But as far as like inventory and checking on your equipment and all of that, when you're not actually here with the customer to kind of go over that, I think it would have been a lot better of a process if I was here with the customer and looked at the winch remote and had a conversation with him. So anyway, that was my day yesterday. Still feeling blessed. The Lord is good. Get these tires on this trailer and get it cleaned up and put out for another rental, hopefully. See you guys. All right, guys, it's been a whirlwind of a day. While I was at Discount Tire getting my other tires put on my trailer, the bigger trailer, actually got a message for someone that was in urgent need of a trailer to pick up a non-running car. So given what happened last night, I was a little bit leery without having a lot of information, but I was able to talk to them. They booked, signed the contract, uploaded all their documentation. I did tell them that I wanted a deposit, which I have not normally been doing. I told him it was a $50 refundable deposit, which is still quite a bit less than what most people do. And he was fine with that. So anyhow, I left Discount Tire, and the customer ended up being a fairly short distance from the pickup area. So we actually showed up right around the same time. He was a really nice guy. Had a couple of people with him to help him hook up, and went through the rental process as far as what's included, where the ramps are. He actually asked me to take a picture or verify that it was hooked up correctly, which is really cool. Genuinely seemed like a nice guy. We'll see how things go. He did say that he was not anticipating needing it overnight, so he was going to go and pick up the vehicle and then probably return the trailer. So thankful for another booking, and hope everything goes well and nothing gets damaged. And again, thankful for our customers. It's been a good run.